Welcome to the deep dive. We're going to be tackling a really fascinating question today. How AI is going to revolutionize education, particularly in personalized learning and making knowledge accessible to absolutely everyone.
Yeah, it's an incredible time to be diving into this. We're on the verge of some really big changes.
We asked you to take a look at a really cool piece for this deep dive.
Yeah,
A fireside chat between Sam Altman,
right.
CEO of OpenAI, and students at the University of Michigan.
Absolutely.
Now, this isn't just theoretical. This is straight from someone who's actually shaping the future of AI.
Yes. What struck me right away
Yeah.
was Altman's optimism about AI's potential. I mean, he really believes in its power to totally transform education. He thinks everyone, no matter their background or where they are, should have access to the best possible education.
I mean, that sounds amazing,
Mhm.
especially given all the challenges education is facing right now. Unequal access to resources, one-size-fits-all teaching methods that don't really work for everyone, and even just the struggle to keep up with all the new information in fields that are constantly changing. It's overwhelming.
It is. It really is. And that's where AI comes in. I mean, we already see it being used, right? Personalized learning platforms, automated grading systems to give teachers more time. But Altman thinks we're just scratching the surface.
And this is where his latest breakthrough, Strawberry, comes in. It's also been called 1.0, but honestly, I'm still a bit fuzzy on the technical details. What makes this AI model stand out from what we've already seen?
So to really get Strawberry, it helps to understand language models in general. Basically, it's an AI that can understand and generate human language. But what sets Strawberry apart, it can actually reason, not just repeat info.
Okay, so help me out here. What does it really mean for an AI to reason? Like, how's that different from just processing information?
Imagine an AI that not only tells you the right answer, but gets why you got it wrong. It can analyze how you think, what your learning style is, and tailor its explanations to your specific needs. That's reasoning AI.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. So instead of a generic answer, it's like having an AI tutor who can break down tough concepts in a way that makes sense to you.
Exactly. And for a real example of what Strawberry can do, it recently scored a 93% on the A Math competition, and that's a test for top high schoolers. This isn't just memorizing formulas, it's understanding and solving problems like we do.
Whoa, that's incredible. Really shows how fast AI is evolving. But it also brings up a big question. If this tech becomes widespread, how do we make sure everyone benefits, not just a select few?
That's crucial, and it's something Altman addressed head-on in the chat. For AI to truly change education, it needs to be accessible to all learners, regardless of language, location, or socioeconomic background.
It's easy to say accessible to all, but so many students still struggle to get even basic resources. So how do we actually make this happen?
Altman emphasized that this is going to take a multi-pronged approach, incorporating diverse data into the training models, partnering with organizations to get this tech to underserved communities, and designing AI systems that are inclusive and equitable from the ground up.
It's good to hear they're thinking about this. Technology on its own isn't enough. You need commitment to equity and accessibility for everyone to benefit.
Definitely. And it brings us to a key point. It's not just giving people information, it's about empowering them to learn and grow in a way that's personalized and engaging for them.
Thinking back to my own school days, math was a struggle for me. Having an AI tutor like Strawberry that could understand how I learn and explain things in a way that clicked, that could have made a world of difference.
It's incredible to think how this could level the playing field, helping students overcome the obstacles so many of us faced in traditional settings.
And it's not just about catching up. It's preparing them for a future increasingly driven by AI. So what does that even look like? What skills will be most valuable in an AI-powered world?
That's what we'll dig into next. Altman had some really insightful thoughts about the evolving job market and the growing importance of adaptability, resilience, and lifelong learning.
Okay, I'm ready to hear more. This is where it gets really interesting. Let's dive into what Altman had to say about the skills that will be essential in the coming decades.
Altman believes that in a world more and more shaped by AI, it's not just about the knowledge you have, but the ability to constantly learn and adapt to new info and challenges.
So instead of focusing on job-specific skills that might become outdated, it's more about cultivating a mindset of constant learning.
Exactly. He emphasized things like resilience, being able to bounce back from setbacks, and adaptability, adjusting to new situations and information quickly. And these are skills that young people who've grown up in the digital age, they naturally excel at.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're used to information changing constantly, new apps all the time. They're already living in a world where you have to adapt. But this has to change how we teach as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. The traditional model where you learn a set of skills and use them for your whole career, that's becoming outdated. We need to prepare students for a future where continuous learning and reskilling is normal.
So it's less memorizing facts and more learning how to learn. That's a pretty big shift.
It is, and AI can play a big part in this shift. Imagine personalized learning platforms that not only give you content, but actually teach you how to learn effectively, how to figure out your learning style, how to develop those critical thinking and problem-solving skills that will be in such high demand.
It's almost like AI could be a personal coach for your learning journey, helping you navigate the complexities of the information age. But with all this talk about AI changing education, what about the human element? Are teachers just going to become obsolete?
No, not at all. Altman was very clear about that. He sees AI as a tool to actually enhance human interaction, not replace it. Teachers are still essential in guiding students, fostering critical thinking, and creating a supportive learning environment.
So it's a collaboration, not a competition.
Exactly. AI can handle tasks like personalized instruction, providing specific feedback, and even grading, which frees up teachers to focus on what they do best: mentoring, inspiring, and building relationships with their students.
That's reassuring because even with all the cool things AI can do, you can't replicate the human connection that's so essential to learning.
Right, and as we think about the future of education, it's about finding that balance between AI's power and preserving the irreplaceable role of human educators.
Okay, so far we've focused on how AI can personalize learning and make it more accessible. But what about the bigger picture? How could this change in education impact society as a whole in the next 2 decades?
That's where things get really interesting. If we can really make access to education equal and give everyone the tools to learn and adapt throughout their lives, the possibilities are limitless.
I'm imagining a world where it doesn't matter where you are geographically. Anyone with internet can have a high-quality, personalized learning experience, no matter their location or background.
Exactly, and that leads to a more diverse and innovative workforce because people from all walks of life have the chance to build their skills and pursue their passions.
It's like opening up a whole new world of opportunities, and not just for individuals, but for society as a whole.
Yeah.
What kind of progress could we make if everyone had the chance to reach their full potential?
It would be transformative. And it's not just about skills and economic growth, it's about people living more fulfilling and meaningful lives.
It's all super inspiring, but let's be real for a second. There are always potential downsides to any new technology. What are some of the challenges we might face as AI becomes more integrated into education?
One of the biggest concerns is bias. AI systems learn from data. And if that data reflects existing societal biases, then those biases can get amplified in what the AI
Yeah,
produces.
that's a valid point. We need to be careful about making sure AI systems are fair and equitable so they don't make existing inequalities worse.
Definitely. And this requires constant vigilance and a commitment to developing AI systems that are transparent and accountable. We have to understand how these systems work and spot potential biases so we can fix them.
It sounds like a lot of responsibility falls on the people creating and implementing these systems.
It does, but it's also a shared responsibility.
Yeah.
Educators, policymakers, parents, students all need to be involved in shaping how AI is used in education. We need open and honest conversations about the benefits and risks and work together to make sure this powerful technology is used ethically and responsibly.
That's a great point. It's not just the tech itself, it's how we use it and the values we build into it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've talked a lot about Strawberry and the wider societal effects of AI in education, but before we wrap up, I want to talk about something I know a lot of people are thinking about: jobs. With AI becoming more and more sophisticated, a lot of people are worried about AI taking jobs. What did Altman have to say about that?
Yeah, he acknowledged that AI is definitely going to change the job market, but he didn't see it as a bad thing. Throughout history, new technologies have always disrupted industries and created new ones. Think about the printing press, the car, the internet. All of them led to some jobs being lost, but also created entirely new fields and opportunities.
So it's not about trying to hold on to the jobs we have now, it's preparing for the jobs of the future.
Exactly, and that means making sure students have the skills that are going to be most valuable in an AI-driven world. Skills that are uniquely human and that AI has a hard time replicating.
What kinds of skills are we talking about?
Things like creativity, critical thinking, complex problem-solving, emotional intelligence, and being able to work effectively in teams. These are things that machines, at least for now, aren't very good at.
It makes sense. Those are the skills that really make us human. So instead of being scared of AI, we should be thinking about how to use it to boost our own abilities and create a more fulfilling future of work.
I think that's a great way to look at it. AI can handle the routine tasks, which frees us up to focus on things we're passionate about and that need our human skills.
It's like AI can help us become more human in a way by taking care of the boring stuff. It lets us explore our creativity, connect with each other on a deeper level, and make a real difference in the world.
That's a beautiful thought. And it speaks to how much potential AI has not only to change education, but to create a better and fairer society where everyone has a chance to thrive.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one big thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I think the main takeaway is that we're at a really important point in history.
Hmm.
AI is ready to revolutionize education in ways we're only starting to grasp, but it's our responsibility to guide this future. We need to make sure AI is used ethically, responsibly, and in a way that helps all learners.
That's a powerful message, and it all starts with awareness. By understanding what AI can do and having these conversations, we can help ensure this technology is a force for good in the world.
Absolutely. The future isn't set in stone. We're creating it right now with the choices we make. Let's choose to create a future where AI gives us all the power to learn, grow, and reach our full potential.
That's a perfect way to end it. This has been a super insightful deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed it and have a better understanding of how AI is set to transform education in the coming decades. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep shaping the future.